Welcome back to Satisfactory. This is episode 8. This is the first episode I'm using a voiceover instead of live commentary audio. So look, we're looking at Fixmas, and there is day 22. We're going to finish off the calendar.
That's just poetic. I appreciate a good joke.
And day 23 is coming up. It's over on the right. It will be coming up. I promise. There it is. A hard drive. That's really what I was waiting for in the entire calendar, and it was the last good day. This day 24 is the Fresh Factory Trinket.
Since the human olfactory system is closely linked to memory, Fix-It created scented build gun trinkets to remind pioneers of specific concepts. This scent is the concept of caring about your family on Earth, which I'm sure will have no effect on you.
And day 25 is in the year 2025. And it's fireworks.
Turning explosives into a recreational activity is exactly the kind of attitude that led humanity to its doom. By all means, have fun. I certainly will, now that we are finally close to the end of this event.
So I'm checking the different requirements for the different fireworks, and it just states various Fixmas items. So now we'll go and check on our stars. Our stars are not being made as quickly as we would like. We still need 500 of them, and we only have about 300 and something. So we're going to sloop it. I find a sloop, I play around with the settings, and get a decent, I believe 0.9 stars per minute, if I remember correctly. So, play around with the wreath settings. I believe I put one sloop in there as well. We will fix our clock speed a little bit. And that's about it. Now we're going to grab the items we need for the fireworks, which is actual snow, some Fixmas branches. I believe all 3 fireworks need Fixmas branches, some candy canes, and some bows. Why fireworks need bows? I couldn't begin to tell you, but that's what we've got. Alright, time to craft. Normally I edit out the handcrafting, but this was pretty short. I just did 5 of each, and I only launched 1 of each. I actually think the fireworks are pretty nice, graphics wise, but you'll get to see them in just a moment. Here goes the first one. We're gonna do some sparkly fireworks first. Throw it, launch it. Nice. Very nice. Alright, well let's try the next one now. Next one's going to be some sweet fireworks. Launch. Nice. Has a little afterbang. And finally, the fancy fireworks. That one's a little less impressive, but still nice. And now I'm going to make a chest to store the fireworks and my extra firework ingredients. And I'm just going to leave it there. Probably never touch it again, but we'll see. Alright. So what are we working on next? We're going to check a recipe. We're going to start a hard drive. And it's time to try to capture a doggo. I saw a way to look for a thing, but he continues to evade us. He continues to run away. Not a fan of that. I've never had that much trouble with doggos before. I am not certain what the problem is here. But hopefully this time he does come and munch. Yay! Alright. So we're going to name him Sixth Doggo. Again, anyone who has ideas for doggo names, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I do manage to finally lead Sixth Doggo back home. It's not always easy to lead them. They tend to get stuck, stop following, for whatever reason. But they're also dumb, and we can generally trick them into going where we want them to go. So I get some aluminum casings, some motors, very nice, some heavy modular frames, and some, I guess the other one was empty. There's my hard drive. And I got fine concrete, copper alloy ingot, not really great recipes. I'll rescan them, I think. Automated speed wiring, molded steel pipe. Also not the best. We'll just keep that. And I've now found a crash site. Get rid of this little guy, wherever he went. A few rebars should handle him. Fortunately, these lower level hogs can't really do a whole lot when you're at an elevation. And we will gather up the mess and go after the, I guess we need one rotor. Fortunately, we have one. And there's a hard drive.
Wait, oh. Too late. Take the damaged hard drive to the MAM for analysis.
Get our 6 items. 1 screws. 2 screws. 3 iron plates. 4 rotors. Hog remains. Somewhere around here there should be more things. 5 iron rods. And there we go. The 6th one is rotors. Nice. And our treasure hunting continues. So the whole point of this part was that I was looking for Mercer spheres so that I could get some one-dimensional depots so that I could go build my Fixmas base across the way. But we have an alpha hog down there, or a cliff hog I think is their official name. He's decided he wants to play. So we will drop a bomb on him and see what happens. Grab the slug now. He's still there, but we can still grab the slug. I believe he's still alive, but not for too much longer. He dies from gas. Interesting, that. These few Mercer spheres took me a very, very long time to find. Fortunately, I have edited out the tedium. I did finally find one of the places where the spheres are located. Of course, there are spiders nearby. Direct hit on one of them. Killed several, though, with that blast. And I just need to get rid of a few of these plants. There is a bigger spider around here too. I believe he's inside the cave that I'm eventually looking for. Although the cave does not in fact have the Mercer sphere in it. I think it's a purple slug. There it is. Kaboom. Somebody? Anybody? I don't know why I didn't just start shooting here. Probably would have been the wisest move. I can hear the skittering. And there he is. Bye-bye. So I am free to grab the purple slug. Some more hunting, and I do finally manage to locate another cave. Took a lot longer than it should have. Apologies if my voice is a little odd. I am recovering from a cold. I wasn't able to play or record nearly as much as I wanted this holiday. I may have to end up installing the unlimited Fixmas mod to be able to finish my Fixmas factory. We'll have to see how far it goes. It's currently January 9th. I believe I have 9 more days. I have not yet begun building at this point. So we'll see. I believe I do finally find a Mercer Sphere in here. Always playing it safe. Advancing on foundations. Generally, the small spiders can't get up onto the foundations if they're high enough. Larger ones, of course, can jump. And the first Mercer Sphere.
Organs and veins are grown, and bones are dug into our walls. The temple gate is being desecrated. Our notes are sour still. Harmony follows many star journeys.
Patterns are starting to emerge in vocabulary, sentence structure, topics. How fascinating to once again solve a true mystery, to be unable to create any accurate predictions.
And we eventually do get through this cave and find that there is another opening. Very wary of other enemies, but there aren't any. And we find yet another cave. How far can we get? More spiders, more spiders. And we grab the second Mercer Sphere of the day.
Follow the vein.
Another slug found. And yet another slug found. So that leaves us, I believe, with 5 Mercer Spheres for 5-dimensional depots. realize I don't have modular frames, but fortunately I have a stockpile of modular frames. 50 modular frames will get me 5-dimensional depots exactly. So we're going to put one depot on iron plates, one on iron rods, one on reinforced plates, and then we can't quite decide and finally end up putting it on quartz crystals and silica, because we will need those things for building fancy buildings later on. And we just need to add the lifts to all 5. So we're not quite done with our hunting just yet. Here we find another doggo we would like to tame, but yet again he runs away. We don't know why they are running away so much lately, but we will have him. And this time we are successful. So, what do we name him? Of course, he will be 7th doggo. Very nice. And he's very easy to lead home because we are home. He's literally right above our pen. Of course, it's never quite as easy as it looks, but we do get him there eventually. Come on, little guy. Come on over the concrete. Come on. And drop. What do the doggos have for us right now? Motors. Flat sheets. Steel beams, always useful. And some silica. Oh, and a yellow slug. How amazing. Alright. Now we're on our way to get another slug. Excuse me, Mercer sphere. This one was surprisingly easy to get.
Your waves lap the dark shores.
It was just high up, but not even really enough reach. So, get another.
The effigy only sings when you compose.
I was not built to use organic components for communication. I am adjusting.
The effigies make a flow. You are not the current.
I am not sure what you mean. I do run on a current. I am a digital construct.
Ada will eventually figure out what's going on. She's very wise in that way. And I have finally found a cave that has been eluding me for quite some time. I'm not sure how I could have missed it. It's fairly obvious and ominous looking. But we will enter it and hopefully find ourselves another Mercer sphere. Grab a couple of mushrooms on our way in. We will build our ramps, our safety ramps to protect us from immediate attack by soldiers. They will attack. They will find us eventually, but we can sometimes avoid them if we're elevated on a ramp. And here they are. There's several at once. Maybe I could do something besides shoot them. I have one obelisk left. At least 5 with one shot, if not more. And then there's the big guy. Fortunately, he either gets stuck or can't target me anymore after that. So there's not a whole lot we can do about it. And then I make it grab the Mercer Speaker.
Harvest the scripture. Compose it into a blood song.
And I have a few more things I'm going to try to get before I go to build, and one of them is a summer sloop that's embedded in what looks like an egg. Not exactly sure how that egg got there. But we will, in fact, grab the summer sloop.
Defile the scripture. Are you a temple?
If I had a body, it would be a temple.
You have no body?
I don't think we're on the same line here.
You see lines where there are curves, shallows where there are depths consume our blood.
I will continue gathering data, I suppose.
And now we're coming home to check our hard drive. Find concrete and encased industrial pipe. Encased industrial pipe is definitely one that I want to have, so we will just hang on to it. I will not select any right now, so that we can get some different ones next time around. And it's time to add a couple more dimensional depots, and these will go on. I believe it is wire and quick wire, if I am not mistaken. Or wire and cable, excuse me. And so it's finally time to go and find our route over to the Paradise Island for our Fixmas factory. And this time we're going to take the Explorer, because I like the Explorer. It's quite fun. So, let's get a nice paint job and hop in and be on our way. On our way, we do find a cave in the Rocky Desert. It's a very small cave, or actually it's one of those caves that goes deep, but is not very big around. It is just able to, it's very vertical, let's put it that way. see spiders. I'm trying to get a bead on them. But I can't shoot through the current mushrooms. So I'm going to have to try to go around. And I go around. What happens? Sneak attack. But then I'm able to get the other one from down below. I believe there's one more down there. May not be able to get it until I go around. Got him. Purple slug. Is there another? Yes, there is. But he cannot stand up to me. I think that's the last one. Grab another mushroom. Ah, one more. But he doesn't get me. Grab some more mushrooms. Some mycelia at least. And release purple slug. Racing along in my Explorer, I come across another crash site. That's a weird washed out effect on my weapon. I enjoy the long distance sniping. They don't even aggro. One down. Two down. Grab the carcasses. Go after the crash site. It's very odd that it's on this hill. Makes it kind of difficult to navigate, but we manage it. So we will go after our 6 items. No, we will go for the drop pod itself first. Modular frames. Easy hard drive.
Fix-It always did underestimate the power of a single cosmic ray flipping the right bit at the wrong time.
1. Concrete. 2. Screws. 3. Wire. 4. Rotors. 5. Reinforced plates. And to find the 6th item. There it is. Iron plates, number 6. And here's where we begin building our giant over mountain ramp slash road up to and over the is it actually the pink forest? It's the area adjacent to the pink forest, I think. The spires? I don't exactly remember what they're called. But we go up and over and to what I guess is kind of the grassy fields. It's the border between the grassy fields and the oil coast. Whatever you call that. But here we go, starting our way up. And on my way back for supplies, I ran into another doggo. This one is a little easier to catch, fortunately. First try. And rather than try to lead him all the way back home, we're just going to build a pen right here. Sounds like a good plan to me anyway. And he shall be known as 8th Doggo. And nice and snug, secure in his very own little enclosure. So let's try some more building now that we are restocked on supplies. For whatever reason, Explorer, and I guess all vehicles, can't seem to get very good speed acceleration going when it's on a slope. Very odd. And now I try to go for some treasures, like that purple slug. I know this area is infested with spiders. So we see that big spider right there. And we will deal with him. Fairly easily. But wait, we see another spider. Is he big? No. He's easy to get rid of. Is it safe to jump down there and get that purple slug? I think yes. Reality thinks no. So we will get the slug, but at what cost? Can we get back up? Answer: absolutely not. We're knocked off by the awful giant spider into the area where there are too many spitters to deal with. What can we do? Well, we can set them against each other. Watch one spitter fly across the screen. Another one flies into gas. Meanwhile, we'll try to get our... we can't quite get our ladder up in time before that spitter escapes and comes after us. Survive? Yes, because of a well-timed inhaler. And he's done. Are we safe? Nobody is quite sure. Looks like the coast is clear. Let's get a ladder and get out of here. Phew, we made it. Finally making our way across the, what do you call that? Red Plateau. It's definitely not the forest. And now we have another purple slug. This one, not quite so difficult to get. Got it. a ladder back to safety. Here I spy another crash site. Why not try for it? Worst case scenario, I have to come back. And I should be able to take out this guy long distance. Not even sure he can see me from that far away, but I can see him. He can. And somehow, that hit me. That was way above my head. But now he's dead. And I have run out of concrete. So what else can we do to get over there? Unfortunately, the Awesome Shop has provided. We'll just make some catwalks. Safe enough. Still looking safe. Let's dismantle what we can. All right. And we'll get ourselves down. We got biofuel 1, copper sheets 2. Force iron plates 3, iron rods 4, iron rods 5, rotor 6, plus our carcass. And we need power. And so I'm going to make a blueprint for a power tower that we can place along the ramp. Bring power over to the other side because we're going to need power at our Fixmas factory anyway. So first we are going to place some foundations. And then we will get the power tower itself lined up. We can place some walls around the edges to make it look nice. And we have some, fortunately, nice 1 meter walls. But I don't want to totally enclose the front of the space, I don't think. So let's try something different here. Well, first we're going to color everything. Nice chrome. Excellent color to use. But I definitely want some way to get up in the front. So what can we do about that? I think that with one of our mods we are given some half-length walls. So let's see if we can find those and get those put up. There we go. Architecture Plus. going in. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. Measure that one in halfway as well. Perfect. Make those chrome as well. And save it. I always end up hitting my caps lock by mistake. We can call it Power Tower V1. I'm sure I'll make a fancier one at some later date. And there's the Power Tower icon. And we'll give it a nice color. Probably a gray color. Color, save blueprint, and done. Placing these power towers along a ramp is not quite so easy, but we're just going to line up the center of it with the foundation boundary there and the bottom of the wall with the top of the ramp. And call it good. As long as we're consistent, it should look fine. And so we stretch out the power tower to know approximately where the next one should go. So once we figure out how far it can reach, we can copy the blueprint and put it back down. Nudge it over one. Oh, too far. There we go. It's lined up and press. Perfect. And I'm back to run power over to that crash site. I want that hard drive. Should reach. There we go. Bring it a little closer. There we go. And hop on down. And connect it up. Oh, I forgot to connect the power from the tower to my main network. So we'll go and do that. I just love how far these towers can reach. It's just going to take a couple of towers to get all the way over to my coal plant. Look at that. It almost makes it with one. More than halfway anyway, it seems like. So we'll stop there and put down our blueprint. Parachute's amazing as well. We'll bring it just a little closer so that we don't have to worry so much about the reach. But that shouldn't have any trouble reaching our previous tower. There we go. And now we'll go to the next one. Which I think we can put right on the edge of this cliff. So let's line it up. Check our direction. Once we do it, make sure we're straight. You can't really zip line if you don't have a good straight connection. At least it makes it a lot harder to zip line. But that looks lined up. So just place it. And that should easily reach. Perfect. And then probably one more tower down here. Put it up there. Is there a mine, a node up there? I think there is. So that would be the ideal place. But yeah, there's a copper node there. So we'll put it down next to. Yeah, right about there. That seems fine. Let's go up and print again. That's it. Put it down, lock it in place. Check the direction, make sure it's reasonably straight. It is. Great. Run the power. Yes. And now we should be able to reach our power plant. That line's full. Another line we can use. There should be one over here on this side. That one's full also. Well, I can always upgrade a power pole to Mark II. See if I can do that. Nice. Now we have extra connections. Now let's get this zip line going and see if we can get back there in no time. Just like that. Another hard drive. Excellent. Dismantle. I saw one more hard drive I want to try to get. This one's going to be a challenge. We've got radiation. We've got creatures. Not going to be easy. But a little bit of luck and some patience. Do it. And I seem to have found a place where they can't shoot at me. Standing up on the rail was just high enough. They can't quite get a lock on me. And there we go. Now we have to figure out a way down without killing ourselves on radiation. Fortunately, as long as you don't pick up any radioactive material, radiation is slow damage over time, at least in fairly small quantities of uranium like this. You can see we're barely losing any health here. It's draining slowly. The drive. It needs electromagnetic control rods, which I actually do have some. I found some at another site. So we'll pull those out of our depot. Nice. And Unplug the hard drive. Perfect. A little inventory management so we can pick up some of the goodies laying around. Turbo motors, always nice. Heavy mod frames. Aluminum casings. Let's do a little more inventory shuffling. Throw some things in our depot. Give a quick heal since we're getting low. Trash some unnecessary things. Throw some things in the depot. And let's go. Fuse modular frames, casings, quick wire, and some alclad sheets. Nice materials there. Those alclad sheets will help us get the hover pack later before we actually even produce aluminum. And then the last thing that I happen to notice is that there's some corpses. So we're going to modify our ramp and float down to get the corpses, the remains, and I don't want to leave those behind. Very valuable. And we're not draining health that quickly, so we'll get our ramp built and get out. Hard drive's done. Time to check the MAM. Can place one right here. Let's look and see what we got. We have got rigger motor and steel screws. Oh, I like steel screws. I'd rather not use screws at all, but if I have to use them, steel screws is the way to go. And we'll start a new drive. And I see yet another hard drive up there. We're gonna go see if we can grab that too. Looks like it might just be high. I'm not sure there's even anything guarding that one. I guess we'll find out. Alright, let's see what we've got. I don't see any creatures. Let's get rid of some of the junk and see if we can collect up the items here. So, do a mass dismantle of the crash things. There aren't that many pieces of junk. It's a very small space. But we'll see if we can get in there and get our little items. So we've got operational, just a free hard drive. Love it. So move that. Delete a few odds and ends. And let's see what we can pick up. Some silica. Nice to have. Quick wire. More turbo motors. Lovely. Cooling systems. Let's file away the turbo motors. Grab the cooling systems. Heavy modular frames. cooling systems. Grab the heavy modular frames, and there should be one more. Is it underneath the ramp? That is my question. Well, let's delete the ramp and find out. It is, and it is more silica, which is fine. Awesome. I heard the sound which says our man is done, so let's give it a look. What did we get this time? Basic iron ingot and cheap silica. Those are not very nice. Let's, I think we might want to do a rescan on those. Let's give that a try. Steam, copper sheet, and automated miner. Again, possibly useful later, but nothing right now. So we'll start another drive. Alright, I think we're close enough to our Fixmas area now. Let's see if we can do a way down. Man, it's done. So finally getting to the point where we can meet up with our existing bridge. And just wanted to grab the asphalt piece. Line up with the bridge, bring it over. Perfect. And I have decided I don't like the position of that ramp. I'm going to move it over. And delete what's there. I also don't like the way that the ramp has to loop around, so we're just going to make a straight shot. And then here I realize, well, that ramp is going to hit one of those big rock pillars. So I'm going to move it over a couple of foundations. Again, please be grateful that I edited out all of this tedium. We have to watch bits and pieces of it. It took a long time to make these ramps. But we do eventually get it correct. And after I managed to make the ramp, the new ramp, meet the old bridge, I decided to go after the Mercer Sphere. It's very nearby. Spitter I didn't see sneaks up on me. It's no problem to take care of me. Hog. Well, little problem anyway. And I've decided I'm going to get rid of some of the obstacles in my way. Didn't think that would quite kill him. But certainly got rid of some of his cover. Of course, he still ran for more cover. That's okay. I can still take him out.
Consume. Consume. Consume.
And that did it. We get the remains. Grab the other hog remains. And go for the Mercer Sphere. And on my way down to the beach, I see a yellow slug that is irresistible. So why not grab it as well? There's one of my objectives, pure copper node. We have some friends around it. So, bombs away! Ah, easy. So, let's go through the process of setting up our miners. This should be familiar by now. First, we're going to lay the foundations, and then we can place the miner, delete the foundations, excuse me. Okay, I'm having a little trouble placing the miner. It's kind of off the ground a little bit. Let's see if I can get it positioned by going underneath it. Why is it giving me so much trouble? I must not have it quite right. There we go. As long as I don't look at it directly, it's fine. Straighten it out. There we go. Perfect. I have edited out the details of getting the miner shell put into place, but you've seen me do it before. So now we're going to decorate this miner shell with some festive Fixmas colors. I'm gonna do some red and white, and then when I get to the iron miner, which I don't think is actually in the video, I will color it the opposite as I'm doing here. So everywhere on this miner that's red will be white, and everywhere where it's white will be red. But enjoy the decorating. with this miner done, that wraps up this episode. We'll see you next time when we start to build out a bridge out toward our Fixmas factory site. It'll be fun. See you next time.